Hello and welcome back to another mid-season, off-season, quarantine edition of Hockey Talkie. My name is Clay. Thank you for tuning in. Now, before I begin here, I would like to put out a potential fire. I know exactly what I'm wearing, and I know you may not like it all that much, but here's the thing. If you weren't already aware, I grew up in the Milwaukee area. I still live in the Milwaukee area. Admirals games were the games I went to as a child because it was a lot more convenient for my parents to take me to local Milwaukee Admirals game than to travel to Chicago to see a Blackhawks game or a Rockford Ice Hogs game with all my schooling and extracurricular activities. Just is what it is. And the timing of that in my childhood stems before the Admirals were the affiliates of the Nashville Predators. So I'm not just going to stop supporting local hockey. And quite frankly, I very much highly suggest supporting local hockey wherever you are, even if it's not affiliated with the Blackhawks or the Ice Hogs or the Indy Fuel or anything like that. No matter the affiliate, go and support local hockey. So I will continue to support it. And you may ask, well, who do I root for when the Admirals play the Ice Hogs? And I say both. I just want to see both teams do well. I'm not really all that competitive at the AHL level. I like seeing the Ice Hogs do well and the Blackhawks prospects do well, but I also like seeing the local team do well as well. So if you're stuck on this, I'm sorry, but you're just going to have to get over it. All right? And if you are over it, awesome. Let's move on. So yesterday, the AHL, the American Hockey League, which is the minor league of the NHL, the feeder league,
no way!
announced that it would be canceling officially the rest of the 2019-2020 season. Not really a surprise, but it's always news when it becomes official. League standings, just sorted by point percentage, are final. Statistics are final for league awards. This will be the first year that the AHL will not be awarding a Calder Cup champion, although the Milwaukee Admirals finished with the highest point percentage, the best record in the league, so I guess they're technically AHL champions, but not Calder Cup champions. But that's all just semantics, and anything that will result from this season will probably be marked with an asterisk in history. But what does this decision mean for the NHL? That's what we really care about, right? And quite frankly, I don't think it really means a whole lot. The only thing it might potentially change or affect the NHL is if the NHL resumes play, they could have expanded rosters because they don't have to worry about players playing in the AHL. They can call up more players for potential regular season playoff finish. But those details are, we still don't know if that's even going to be the case. But that would be like a potential thing. In terms of the big thing, whether or not the NHL will actually resume play, I don't think this decision, this news really affects that at all. So now that the AHL has officially made an announcement about their season, when can we expect an announcement from the NHL in regards to cancellation of their season or resuming of play? Quite frankly, once again, I don't see this news by the AHL really changing the status of that. I don't think we're any closer to knowing when the NHL will make a decision on their own. See, the big difference between the two leagues is the NHL has a television contract that gives them a good chunk of revenue. The AHL doesn't have that. Their revenue is mostly fans in the stands, tickets. So with the prospect of sports potentially being played in the future, but a long ways from being able to have fans in the stands, it was a lot easier. It makes a lot more sense, at least, for the AHL to just cancel the season for now. But the NHL, they don't have to make that decision yet because they could have games without fans in the stands and still bring in some money because of their television deal. So that's kind of the difference, and that's why I think the NHL is going to wait probably as long as possible in determining whether or not they're going to cancel their season or resume play or finish the regular season or just go straight to the playoffs or delay the next season. There's so many different possibilities. Personally, like I'm of the opinion that this season is done, but like it's not up to me and things can change very quickly. So who really knows? But at this point in time, I'm like, I don't really care for this past season anymore. I kind of just want to get on and, get into an off season or more of an off season routine with the league and kind of focus on next season, even if it's a shorter next season. It's just like we've had this break and it just feels so like disconnected. But who knows? Blackhawks aren't really, I was going to say they're not really going to be in the playoffs, but if the NHL decides to do a 2014 playoff, then they might be in the playoffs. But still, the Blackhawks aren't really, contenders like, some teams like Boston or St. Louis or some other top teams, Tampa Bay, Toronto, you name them. Fans of those teams might be a little more anxious to finish the season off or get the season finished off and get a Stanley Cup awarded because they have a good chance to get it. Blackhawks would be very much an outside chance. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. Anyhow, so not the best of news, but expected. Once again, I don't see this really changing the status of the NHL right now. I still think we're a ways away from kind of figuring out what's going to happen. In terms of an early June draft, I thought this was always a pretty terrible idea. I don't think that's happening. I don't think it should happen. And, well, as the month of May continues on here, and we're almost in mid-May now, that is even less and less possible, it seems like. So, yeah, still a lot of questions to remain, but we're just going to have to wait and see. Remember, navigate the rumor waters with caution. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Hockey Talkie. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate that as always. But most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you next time.